Good afternoon, everyone. This is Vicki Mackey, and I'm with the Vergers Guild Nomination Committee. I am here with William Sommers. William is one of our candidates running for the Board of Directors in September. Good afternoon, William, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Vicki. How are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you. Let's begin with asking you a few questions so that we may get to know you a little better. Our first question is, what do you feel is the Verger's role in bringing people back to the church from the pandemic?
Well, I was commissioned to Verger in 2014 under Duke DeTerrell's education, and I was always taught and believed that a Verger should be an example for the congregation to be present to serve the priest and the congregation in all of its services and its activities. The changing recommendations in Texas have made it very difficult in order for us to understand what the different issues are we having with the church. One of the things I tried to do early on when the pandemic hit is assist an assisted living center on behalf of the priest of our church and take communion to him. Well, that was soon canceled, and we started coming up with different ways and activities that the members of the congregation could meet each other through Zooms and social media, which we did throughout the entire pandemic. So whatever the priest wants is what the priest gets is kind of my attitude.
How do you see your duties as a Verger in the future?
Well, like I said, in Texas, we're still experimenting because the different orders and political issues have arisen. So we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. Again, being present at the church, assisting the priest is the most important thing. Before the start of the pandemic, we lost our priest that we'd had for 12 years. Got a call to a church in Larchmont, New York, and we went through our associate rector for a little over a year, and he got called to another church. And then we had 2 interim priests while the search committee was trying to figure out what to do. So we have a brand new priest now that came to us in November from a small town in South Texas. And I'm trying to help him adjust to the St. David's family and learn all of the different histories and traditions we've had at our church at this point in time, and to be present and help them whenever I can.
What do you consider are your best assets and skills that you would bring to the board?
Well, I'm a trial lawyer, one, but I'm also a professionally trained mediator. A mediator is someone who tries to assist people in resolving their legal disputes through a kind and just and harmonious way. I've learned greater patience and good listening techniques as a mediator, and I have a tendency to follow Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to use of edifying, and that it may minister grace unto the hearers. If I stray from that concept and that procedure, my wife has a code that she gives me, and she just simply says 429, which is her way of suggesting that perhaps I might be talking too much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our final question is, what is your favorite antidote?
Antidote, yeah, I think what you meant, not antidote. But my favorite one is back in 2012 when I was serving as the senior warden at St. David's Church. The priest asked me to become the head of the building committee to redo our sanctuary. I was asked to go out and find the necessary consultants, architects, engineers, and to try to keep it within a certain budget. The problem occurred because the budget doubled during the course of the project.
Wow.
We had everybody with different aesthetic ideas of how they wanted the church to look, but I was very concerned about making it almost maintenance-free if we could, because the labor costs to maintain a church, especially one that's in an traditional architecture, is very difficult. Our 12-member vestry had 6 different votes before we finally decided on one particular type of floor covering, which ended up being slate. As I said, the project took 6 months, and I'm sure I hurt some feelings along the way because I was trying to get the job done. When we finally had the dedication at the service and the bishop came, he gave a sermon on reconciliation. And my wife kept poking me in the side, whispering in my ear, "Why is our priest looking at you through this sermon bill?" So I learned more at that time what passing the peace was. It's a sign of seeking reconciliation with all of your members, which is what I think a verger should be doing all the time.
Amen. Okay, thank you so much, William, for taking the time and participating in this interview and the time to run for the board and letting us get to know you. We will be back soon with another interview video of our candidates. See you soon.